My name is Ria Baria and I would like to explain about social variation and social dialects. First is social variation. Social variation in language might be considered from the perspective of differences between speakers in a variety of dimensions including age, social class and network, race and ethnicity, and gender. In the social variation, there is a receive pronunciation or RV. RV is the accent of the best educated and most prestigious member of English society. It is claimed that the label derives from the accent which was received at the royal court, and it is sometimes identified with the Queen English. RV was promoted by the BBC for decades. It is essentially a social accent, not a regional one. Indeed, it conceals a speaker regional origin. This is nicely illustrated in the picture. As the triangle suggests, most linguistic variation will be found at the lowest socioeconomic level, where regional differences abound. Further up the social ladder, the amount of observable variation reduces till one reaches the pinnacle of RV. RV is an accent used by less than 5% of the British population.
Where we shall renew and extend the friendships which we value so very highly. In the early part of the year, we shall visit India and Pakistan on the invitation of the presidents of those countries. And I welcome especially this opportunity of seeing for the first time something of these two great nations of the Commonwealth. My government will play their full part in maintaining the North Atlantic Alliance and the other regional pacts to which they belong. My armed forces will continue to make their contribution to the safeguarding of world peace. The friendship which links us to our great ally, the United States of America, is a powerful element in the defense of peace. Throughout the coming session, my government will continue to give resolute support to the work of the United Nations. The improvement of relations between East and West remains a primary object of their policy. In particular, they will go on working for the success of the Geneva Conference on the discontinuance of nuclear weapons tests, and will do their utmost to achieve comprehensive disarmament under effective international control. They will continue to cooperate with our partners in consolidating the European Free Trade Association.
The second one is social dialect. According to Holmes, social dialect are the language that reflect the grouping of people that based on similar social and economic factors. But the term dialect has a wider meaning than this stereotype suggests. The dialect are linguistic varieties which are distinguishable by their vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. In social dialect, there is standard English, case dialect, and social class dialect. The first is standard English. Standard English is the variety of English that is used as national norms. Just as RV is social accent, so standard English is a social dialect. It is the dialect used by well-educated English speakers throughout the world. It is the variety used for national news broadcasts and in print, and it is the variety generally taught in English medium school. Standard English is more accommodating than RV and allow for some variation within its boundaries. So, in Standard English, a limited amount of grammatical variation is acceptable. The dialect we grace with the name Standard English is spoken with many different accents.
Sorry, mate. I can't go to the party. I'm feeling a bit sick. I'll be okay though. All I need to do is put on some warm trousers and have a cup of hot tea.
Sorry pal, I can't go to this party. I'm a wee bit sick but I think I'll be alright. Anyway, I'll put my trousers on and I'll have a nice cup of tea.
I'm sorry, bro. I can't go to the party. I'm sick. Well, I guess I'm going to be okay. I can't go to this party. I gotta get some sweatpants on and get a hot tea.
Nah, sorry, mate. Can't come to the party. I'm sick as a dog, but I'll be alright. Just need to drink some hot tea and wear some trousers.
Sorry, man. I can't go to the party. I'm really sick, but me survive. Me just need to drink some tea and put on a pants.
Sorry, Dan. Ariel can't come to the party. I'm sick, but I go live. I just need to put on a warm pants and drink some hot tea.
Next is case dialect. Case dialect people can be grouped together on the basis of similar social and economic factors. For example, in India and Indonesia, there are caste systems determined by births and strict social rules govern the kind of behavior appropriate to each group. The rules cover such matters as the kind of job people can have, who they can marry, how they should dress, what they should eat, and how they should behave in a range of social situations. Not surprisingly, these social distinctions have corresponding speech differences. A person's dialect is an indication of their social background. In Indonesia, Japanese social status is indicated not just in the choice of linguistic form but also in the particular combinations of forms that each social group customarily uses. There is the varieties of stylistic level that together make up the group distinctive dialect. There are three distinct Japanese social groups and three associated dialects. First is the dialect of the lowest status group. Deviation and uneducated townspeople consists of three stylistic levels, 1, 1A, and 2. The second is the dialect of urbanized people with some educated consists of 5 stylistic levels, 1, 1A, 2, 3, and 3A. And the last is the dialects of the highly educated highest status group also consist of 5 levels, but they are different from those of the second social group, is 1, 1A and 1B, 3 and 3A. Next is social class dialects. The term social class that is related to the social dialect refers to the differences between people which are associated with differences in social prestige, wealth, and education. Class divisions are based on status differences, and status refers to the difference or respect people give someone. People from the different social class do not speak in the same way. For example, bank managers do not talk like officer cleaners. Lawyers do not talk in the same way as the criminal they defend in court. In England, 1915s, many pairs of words identified which distinguish the speech of upper-class English people, or can say upper speakers, from the rest or non-upper speakers. For instance, upper speaker use sitting room while non-upper speaker use lounge, and then upper speakers using lavatory while the non-upper speaker use toilet. People can move up or down the social dialect ladder, and this potential mobility is mirrored more accurately in other aspects of their speech, such as pronunciation. The way different pronunciation fall into a pattern indicating the social class of their speakers was first demonstrated by William Leboeuf in the study of New York City. There are the regular patterns relating the social class of the speakers to the percentage of standard as opposed to vernacular pronunciation they produce. For example, the pronunciation ing and in at the end of the words like sleeping, swimming distinguishes social group in English speaking community. People from the lower social group use more in the vernacular in like sleeping and swimming that those from higher group using sleeping and swimming. Uh, it is possible to compare the proportion of standard verb forms in the speech of children from the different social groups. It was found that children from the lower class families use more vernacular verb than children from the middle class families. There is the example of standard and vernacular grammatical forms. That's all from me, and the next explanation will be delivered by Corina Aulia.